Yeah, but beneath all the political veneer, you really just want to be a voice actor.
I really just want to be a voice actor. They just don't make any money.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, neither do animators.
No.
So it'll just be my side thing, I guess.
It has to be a side thing.
That's so tragic, man.
Yeah.
And now AI is just replacing all those jobs. All the voice actors.
It's not good enough. It's good for the slop enjoyers.
It's
but
good,
for the
it's good
true
for memes and
connoisseurs.
slops,
They need,
yeah.
See, my issue with AI is that every year everyone says the same thing since like 2018. It's like, oh, it's not good enough yet, but one day, but that day will come. The one day will come. Like there's a band on Spotify right now called like the Velvet or like the Psychic Realm or something like that. Some stupid shit. Totally AI. It's not even like BBL Drizzy where he used AI to do like part of the backtrack.
Right.
The song is like the entire song generated AI.
Even the lyrics,
yes,
is like completely generated.
And you can tell that.
You can tell, but they have 700,000 monthly listeners and they're on big playlists.
Yeah. I think the inflection point's already been hit. It's like there's enough good AI stuff that most people will just enjoy fully AI things and be okay with it. So.
And we got there in like 2 years.
Yeah,
just about
2 years from like, you know, the
Will Smith eating spaghetti.
Yeah, or like the Dolly 1 images where you couldn't make out what was going on. It was like Harry having a stroke.
Yeah.
Now we're there. So
yeah, why would Yoon use you when she could just AI you?
Because she cares about integrity.
Yes, I'm sure. So speaking of impressions, speaking of voice acting, you're very good at these impressions. I hear.
I've been told I'm good at some. Some of them are really bad. Some of them are okay.
The ones that come to mind for me is J.J. McCullough and Donald J. Trump.
Really, I would say those are like my medium ones.
Interesting.
If anything. Yeah.
What's your best?
Probably like Patrick Warburton. I think is like.
Who's that?
He's Joe from Family Guy. Talks like this. He says, "Hey, Brogan, what am I doing on your podcast?"
That's pretty good.
That's probably
That's
my best one. My JJ's all right.
We wanted to start this off by sort of playing you like a monkey a little bit.
Dude, that's what I live
Can we
for.
do?
That's my dream job.
Can you do J.J. McCullough arguing with Donald Trump?
Okay, what would they be arguing about? I guess like if anything, JJ would have like a very rational upsetness with like a very absurd Trump policy, but rather than act like it's like this is ridiculous and get like flustered, he just try to like talk him down, right? So he'd be like, listen here, Mr. President, I think that putting alligators around Alcatraz, it's simply not effective. It's not a good deterrent. Listen, this guy, JJ, he doesn't know what he wants. These Canadians, they don't even have alligators up there. I swear to God, they have these, what are they called, bears, I think, or moose? And they don't kill anyone because they could just run away. That's all they do. Canada runs away. I don't even think they fought in World War II. Frankly, I don't know if they fought in any war. No, Mr. President, I mean, there's a few wars that we fought in, and no, please, excuse me, that's not true. I think that's how it would go.
That's very good. That's exactly as good as I imagined it would
be. There's a few wars we fought in.
Family Guy Joe.
Family Guy Joe.
Or Kronk, which are different, by the way.
Kronk,
it's hard to do the difference, but like
hit us with a Kronk.
Because like Family Guy Joe's kind of like, Peter, what the hell? You know, he's like a little higher. But Gronk's down here. He's like, wow, nice cock, buddy. He's the peasant I saw leaving the city with Cusco in the back of his cart, who disappeared into the crowd. He must have went back to his village. So we find the village, we find him. If we find him, we find Cusco. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. That's Kronk. Yeah. So that's my best one. And then I do a lot of bad ones, you know. So if Patrick Warburton never dies, I'm financially secure. But otherwise, I'm fucked. Yeah.
What's your worst one? What's
my
your
worst one? Probably, Lois. I can't do Lois from Family Guy. Like, Peter. How does she sound? I can't do a girl's.
Even that one's pretty good.
Really? Things up, Peter. The horse is here. Like, it sounds like Peter Griffin doing an impression of Lois.
Yeah.
Like,
that's true. Well, you know, it's hard to do female voices
it's hard. I mean,
as a man as masculine as you.
We got to give them something. You know?
So
they can do their own voices.
We just worked out Soy Pill. You and me.
We did, and you did a great job. I would say, like as someone who says they're inconsistent and they just kind of go on vibes, you lifted well and inspired me to be louder at the gym.
Yeah, I've never followed a plan. All I know is I got to grunt a lot near those last
and it worked
sets.
really well.
And I can lift like significantly more, although sometimes it makes people uncomfortable. Well, not like it doesn't actually make anyone. It's if I have a workout partner who's more introverted and I'm grunting like that, I will see the discomfort on their face.
I got used to it. It used to make me uncomfortable, but now I respect it.
I push more. I do more. I lift more weights when I make a noise.
Yeah, fuck
They are kind of horrific. I mean, I don't. I would rather not have to do that, but it's like, ugh.
I think the issue with your grunting is your mouth open, like like that's a different, like through the nose. That's yeah.
Okay.
But you like like you fucking scream.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid. It inspired me. I started doing it. It made me lift like that extra one. And like people always say this, and I never really understood it, but the idea of like give it your all.
Yeah.
It's so simple. But then like you realize like, oh, I put these mental blocks and I think I can only do this 6 times. And then if I scream, I can do it 7. And that's how you get stronger.
Yeah. I agree.
So it works.
I
What's
agree.
this shit show you guys are running here?
Yeah, you know, every
totally.
podcast we set up is always some sort of new disaster, but
It's true.
Do you think JJ coined the term disaster, or did he is that a
Disaster.
Trumpism?
disaster. It's a disaster.
Yeah, right. Because he's always like, Jeb is a mess. Jeb is a disaster. But
Yeah.
like, did JJ steal that from Trump?
I don't think so. I think I remember JJ saying disaster as long as I've known him.
Trump has put so many like sad
Sad.
Classic.
Many such cases.
many such cases. Those have been like
Very cool. I
So-
love that one.
very cool.
Yeah, thank you, Kanye.
Very cool.
Those have been cemented in the zeitgeist for like a decade.
Yeah.
I complain about this so much. Trump has had a fucking a chokehold on normie comedy for a decade straight. A decade, right? Like
He ruined. I mean, SNL wasn't good before, but he ruined a decade of SNL.
It's
for
an-
sure.
But a decade is such a long amount of time. Like, imagine being in like 2006. You were like, you're 29?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like
I was
around
10.
You're 10, right? So imagine like 1996. Those 2 years feel so far apart. Or like 2000 to 2010, that feels so far apart. And now we just have a decade of Trump.
Yeah.
A decade of Trump impressions.
Mm.
And it still wins. Shane Gillis has built his career on Trump impressions. He came in the game late. He started like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know?
Mhm.
It's fucking insane.
This might be. I don't know if this is controversial to say, but I might owe my YouTube blowing up to Donald Trump. My first blow up video was a Donald Trump rally.
Yeah.
And my videos blew up even more when he won the election.
Yeah.
So the scared resist liberals are looking for an answer.
Yeah. Imagine, Kamala was president right
I'd
now.
be eating brunch. I wouldn't be here
Yeah.
doing this podcast. It would be
Exactly.
awful.
So you actually, would you like to just say thank you, Donald Trump, to the audience right now?
Thank you, Donald Trump.
He really, we all owe a lot to. I mean, the politics has become so much more wacky and interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on a very cerebral level, that's great. So here's what I was thinking in terms of something to make a through line for this episode. Debate broing. You are the first. I think you're the first. Like,
Debate bro. Yeah.
I mean, we have PF Young on, but he's not really a debate bro.
No.
He does it though. He debates.
He does debate broing, but I feel like you're like really a pure debate bro archetype.
What makes me pure?
You got that laser focused mind. The rhetoric is sharpened. You know your stuff. You know your stats. We actually had you debate Taylor Lorenz, which is going to be coming out. I don't know, maybe after this episode or before this episode.
Let's go after this episode.
Oh,
After this
one.
episode,
Interesting.
okay.
This is the tease
Yeah, 'cause
for
we
the
have
thing
to-
that happened in the past.
Yes, because
That's
we have to
cool.
introduce Soypill as a character
Yeah.
before and we've already introduced Taylor Lorenz as a character at time of recording.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, the reason we we wanted to have a good substantive debate. You know your stuff. I feel like I don't know.
Oh, is this an ambush? Are you about to debate me?
No. It's
'Cause I would say I don't think that was a debate with Taylor. That was like a mild pushback conversation.
that's a classic debate bro thing to say. Because from my perspective, as an agreeable guy who's covering his ears and crying whenever there's an argument due to my childhood, that's a joke. My parents never fought. I'm just trying to justify why I do that, but there's no real reason. And there's the
just overstimulation, right?
yeah.
We're-
Blocking out the noise.
We're agreeable Canadians.
We're agreeable Canadians.
Is there a Canadian debate bro?
Because that was a
Name
debate
one.
to me.
Okay. Name one. Yeah, are there?
Gavin McInnes.
No, he's not very good at it though.
He's not good, and he was in America for a long time.
Steven Crowder is born in America, but he's kind of Canadian, right? And he does the whole change my mind.
Wasn't he
thing.
born in Canada?
I think he's an American citizen. I remember. I used to.
I thought he
harp
like
on this.
defected.
Oh, maybe. I think he was born in Michigan. I
Okay.
don't know. Maybe he's illegal. We should look into it.
What is the Canadian tie?
Donald, if you're listening, look into this guy. Yeah. What's
deport Stephen.
Yeah.
I hope he just starts doing like a Maoist purge and deports all of his friends.
like Elon and Vivek and all of them.
I'm fact checking. Is Steven Crowder?
Are you asking AI?
Yeah. Searching
What
the
do they
web.
know?
Do you get neurotic about the protein sources you consume?
Neurotic? Yes. So I'm
He was
the kind
born
of
in
guy.
Michigan, by the way.
I'll flip it over. He was born where? Michigan?
Yeah.
Okay. So he is American, but not in my eyes. Like if I was president, I would deport.
He defected to Canada?
No,
He defected to
born
America. But he was born here, and he's like culturally, I think he was raised Canadian.
He was born in Michigan, grew up in Montreal.
That's different though. Montreal's not really Canada.
That's a JJ.
But it's almost like less America. Like it's French too.
Yeah.
So he had to appropriate American culture. He got chest implants, so he was less soy.
gender affirming care.
Gender affirming
You got
care.
chest implants?
Yes.
Yeah. He got chest implants, and he missed, what was it, the birth of his twins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I defend that. I'm a male to male transsexual, and I think that's fair. That's his mental health going down the line.
Well, Steven Crowder's kind of like the worst guy.
Why?
He missed the birth of his twins to get chest implants, and then he like divorced his wife after being caught on security camera, like just yelling at her about taking the car.
Hey,
The one car so that she doesn't have freedom, right?
As he's sitting there, he's like smoking a cigar, yelling at his pregnant wife.
I want to have barbecue with my friends, honey.
hey,
What am I supposed to do?
broads can be crazy. All right.
And he's like, if you want to be a wife, you have to do wifey things. That's the quote. You have to do wifey things.
Chicks can be a little emotionally unstable.
You're
all right.
preg-
We only know one side of the story.
Yeah, we didn't
pregnant
see the
wife?
indoor ring doorbell. Who knows what she was doing in there? It's like the Rihanna story, right? Like, what was she saying?
Yeah,
That got
exactly.
Chris Brown to do that. Like, maybe she's just some wild shit. I don't know.
I mean, look, we've all been there.
We've all been
Yeah.
there, you know.
We've all
Just
been the Chris Brown in that situation.
one more thing.
Sometimes we're the Rihanna. Sometimes
It's
we're the
like
Chris
that
Brown.
thing you said on acid that one time.
What did I say?
You said if there's 1,000
Oh
realities.
yeah. No, we don't have to go into this.
There's 1,000 rounds.
Basically, if there's like, you know, if like a woman is being annoying, you can imagine like a spectrum of realities where, you know, she's nagging you for infinity, and then in some of the realities you're strangling her to get her to stop. And like you know, obviously I would never condone that.
Sure.
But there's like you understand, like if it's that or you're nagged for eternity. I mean, but it's hell on either way.
It's just like this like Sisyphusian like, you know, trolley problem.
Yeah.
But instead of a boulder, it's a Rihanna.
I'm gonna try to be more overtly chud on the podcast because we've had like a million leftists on in a row. Are you a liberal or a leftist? Do you care about that distinction?
I'm probably not like a leftist in the way that people use it. I'm progressive. I'm like
Mhm.
a Bernie bro,
Yeah.
I guess. Like I'm mean to women and I like Bernie Sanders. So whatever that is.
Right. Okay.
But I'm a progressive, I would say.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I'm
Progressive.
a radical climate change
Yes.
alarmist. I
Yes.
am a very socially progressive. I'll accept even the most crazy pronouns just to be respectful, even if I think they're ridiculous,
Yeah.
which is very progressive.
That is
Yeah.
progressive. Yeah.
Damn. How do you do that? How do you parse that?
How do I parse what?
Like, you know, I draw the line. I try to be progressive, but then someone hits me with some mentally ill nonsense, and I'm a
He gets reactionary. He's very temperamentally reactionary. Like,
Yeah.
like he should be far right, but he's instead sublimated the far right urge, and now he just calls Elon Musk the F slur and stuff.
That's good. That's channeling all your chud energy into progressivism.
Yeah.
I just don't care. It's like how much does it make me? I'm you know the Wojak that's like, but how does this affect you personally?
Yes.
That's me. That's me.
Yeah.
Like for most things.
Yeah.
So I like I'll walk around Berkeley. I'll go to some place and someone has like its pronouns.
Mm.
I'm like, that's weird. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't affect me. It's not a big deal.
I agree. Like in the abstract, like on the internet when I see it, I'm not like leaving comments about it. But if you're like, at a house party with somebody for like 4 hours straight, there's a point where I just like stop respecting any words that come out of their mouth.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Sort of.
Like someone walks in, like, okay,
Like if I see someone with a cross, I'm usually like, this guy's probably an idiot. Yeah.
fair, fair, but
But unironically, like when someone is religious, I'm in the same way. I'm like, how does that affect me? I don't really care.
Mm.
But when they make it my problem,
Mm.
so in the same way, if a pronoun person said like, "Hey, you're using my pronouns wrong constantly," and got up in my face and indignant, I'm like, "Hey, look, I'm trying." That would piss me off. And the
Mhm.
same way, someone's like, "Oh, you insulted my God." Like it's more about how it affects me.
Have those things happened to you?
Absolutely, both of those.
Mm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, in the Bay Area, you're gonna get some sort of woke scolding.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make me hate the left. It just makes me hate the person woke scolding me.
Interesting.
And not because of their ideology either. It's just like, stop it.
So you're trying to reclaim this word woke,
Yes,
and yet,
it's a good thing.
and
It's good to be woke, and I'm
but it-
tired of pretending it's not.
and it's hard because the status quo has shifted such that woke is kind of a slur now.
Yo, absolutely. And like, I resent the fact that people are trying to call the right woke.
Yes, the woke right. Because what you're describing is what someone like P.F. Young would say, oh, that's the woke right, because they're making it your problem.
Woke scold.
Yeah, they're being like woke scold for like Christianity or something.
Right, but that doesn't make any sense. Because woke just meant like red-pilled, but before red-pilled was
that's the origin of the term, but it's kind of shifted in cultural connotation.
It has. But like, what do you call someone who's culturally aware of injustice and social injustice?
Mm-hmm.
Do you call them woke? I think they're still woke.
Yeah, right? We would need a better word.
No, we just need to take it back.
Or just take it back, yeah.
Because if we make a better word and it becomes popular, the right's going to take it and use it as an insult.
Right. Well, right? We were joking about this on the roof last night. You're like, you take back woke, and then you give it to the more annoying people, and then they ruin it again, and then you have to take it back again.
It's an endless cycle.
Yeah, it's an endless cycle.
It's an uphill battle. A Sisyphusian, a Rihannian.
A Rihannian, yes.
I mean, do you think the woke left... I land on this position a lot. The woke left is just like it never really was an issue. Like I went to art school. When I was a 19-year-old, 20-year-old man at a fine arts school.
Yeah.
My biggest issue was woke. That was the hill I was dying on. I was anti-woke.
Was this like the anti-SGW 2014, 2016 era?
This is 2018. So yeah, pretty much, right?
Still happening. Okay.
Still happening. I'm like, this is the biggest issue in the West right now is these fucking people. But now it's still spoken about it as if it's a thing, but it's not really a thing, and no one takes those people seriously.
So they still exist. I worked in corporate like software, right? And so sometimes DEI meant like, hey, don't hire just Indian guys, right? You need a diverse background group of people, or don't discriminate because this guy's 80, he probably still knows software. Mm-hmm. So that's fine. That's woke. But then also you get these weird like corporate trainings about like, weird, I don't know, like overly progressive things. And that still is there. And it still is kind of like, oh, like, if you're white, maybe don't speak up in this situation. And it's like, all right, this is a little weird. Mm. I don't like this. And maybe I'll push back, but I'm not scared of getting fired if I say something. Mm. But it's bad. There are things that are bad that'll come up at it. And people will always have examples of like, oh, this guy couldn't get hired because he was white. And that might legitimately be like they had no whites apply on like the job app. That's overtly woke. That's taking it too far, right? I'm against that, but I don't think that's all woke is, and that's what everyone will point to. That's the encompassment of everything woke to the chud. We're
gonna get him to do the woke chud compass.
Where
I'm working on this. This is my next video. Ayla responded to me. She said she should help me get data.
Oh, that's nice of her.
Basically it's do you act chud? How chud do you act? And are you chud? Like how chud are you? Versus woke. So like you could be like acts woke is chud. And I feel like that's like maybe like we always like in the Discord we were saying like One Dime is a good example of this because he's like more socially conservative than he lets on to his audience. Except on his podcast he'll say, and he would probably even disagree with me on this, but like he's more like puritanical and reactionary in some ways.
Yeah.
Whereas someone who's like acts chud but is woke,
that's more me.
That's more you. Yeah.
Like I'll say retard. Am I allowed to say retard?
You're allowed to say retard.
You can say whatever you want.
Whatever.
See. No, relax.
Yeah,
we made fun of.
That's the thing with slurs. People think like,
who said I was going to say a slur?
I can say retard now. That means no. The line exists.
So there is a line.
Yeah.
You said whatever.
I said whatever. I went. I'm not. What am I going to do? Yell? Freak out?
It should be the next inner podcast strife of like, what do we allow on the podcast?
We're all thinking the same word here. Let's just say it on 3. 3, 2, 1.
Nice try, buddy.
It'll work one of these days.
Nice try.
Yeah.
No, I act very chud.
Yes.
I cross lines. I get woke scolded, and I say I don't care.
Okay. Yeah.
That's another thing I've learned from Donald Trump is never apologize.
Never apologize. Always double down.
Never admit defeat.
Well, I'll admit defeat. That's different. That's like saying like, look, sometimes something happens.
So look, as a debate bro, have you ever been bested?
No, obviously not.
You can't because you can't admit that.
No, it just doesn't. No, it's just like everyone's not as good as me.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you're quite talented in the field.
I don't know about that. I'm just like, I think fast, and I'll always have a response, and that response might be good and might be bad, but it's always perceived as good because it's confidently said. So I can be stupid, and I might look back 5 years from now and think, how could I have ever held that opinion? But it doesn't matter because to the people watching, you said it very confidently.
That's true. That's true. Look, you debated Tim Pool.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Take us through that. What's the story there? I've never really dug into this.
So like, how did they get on Tim Pool?
Like, yeah, how did that happen? And then what was that like? You went into his studio and everything.
So I've been making connections, and I debated Andrew Wilson, and he was like, hey, look, retard, you're a halfway decent debater, so I'm recommending you for Tim Pool. So he put me in the limelight, and erudite as well, not so erudite.
Yeah.
Kyla said, hey, I'm also trying to get you on Tim Pool. So, but I think their efforts combined, if not Kyla specifically on the week I got in.
How does Kyla have access to Tim Pool?
I think once you're on, it's just one of
you
these
just, like, have their
hey,
number?
like you're one of the guests, people like you, or
Right.
if Tim, I think Tim likes Kyla. He's like, oh, she was good, we should have her back.
Right.
So it's like, hey, I can't make it this week, but I have this other person. It's just networking, almost nepotism. I think maybe nepotism. You could say I got on because of nepotism. I'll be okay if that's the narrative.
Unless not so weird, it's your mother. I don't think that counts. But
oh yeah, they have to be like family. Okay, well, anyway, so I got on. And do you want me to like walk you through like how it happens?
Yeah, I don't know. Just tell us the story. I've never asked about this.
Well, yeah, they fly you out to DC, and then he has like an employee there. And what's wild is Tim, when pushing back against the tenant media stuff, he's like, look, why would I need money from Russia? This is an 8-figure show. I have 2 of the top 10 podcasts in America. But the guy who picked me up from the airport was like, yeah, me and a bunch of other people got laid off last year because apparently there's some money stuff going on. Maybe he's just downsizing. I don't know. But they're on as contractors now.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well, like you're not doing as well as you say you are, or you're putting your money somewhere else. But yeah, they drive you out. So they drove us out to this compound in the middle of nowhere, and it's not nearly so prestigious as it sounds, right? You think compound, you think like, oh yeah, like a big, strong, but it's kind of built like a all the buildings at SpaceX were like this too, by the way. Like they're built like favelas, like they're just like sheet metal, and they're really dusty, and like you feel like if you and like 10 Amish people just kind of like pushed on one side, it would just collapse. But it was neat, you know. He's got like his little pool table and his poker table, and he has a lot of tech decks. He was doing his little tech deck stuff.
Yeah, you're telling me.
That's endearing. Fuck.
Yeah, it was. He even had a loaded gun on the table just in case, because apparently people attack him all the time.
Interesting.
And then we talked about soy boyism, masculinity, and he tried to interrupt a lot, because that's his thing. So I interrupted him a lot. And I think all the comments talk about how I talk too much. And I do. That's fair. But it's funny, because he does this thing. If you look up Timba on Toast, he's a very good YouTuber, and he has this thing called Tim Pool Fence Sitter. And so his whole shtick is, how do I look like I'm in the middle, despite clearly being on the right?
Yeah.
So he still claims this like idea that he's a liberal. And the way he aids this narrative is he'll bring on someone on the right with the left person that he wants to yell at. Because really, in his eyes, I'm just there to be yelled at, so we can have a back and forth. But he's like, well, I can't look like I'm anti-left specifically, so he'll bring on a guy on the right. So he has John Doyle on, who I think probably talked for 5 minutes, like of this 2-hour long podcast. And he's just there to be a prop. Which is really sad. Like John Doyle, I think, is like pretty much a Nazi. I don't know if that's like too far to say, but he's like a neo-reactionary, like deport all the brown people sort of guy. And I'm not like being defamatory. I think if you go look at his channel, he'll just say this. And I felt bad for him even. I was like, oh, this guy's just kind of, he's just a prop. Poor guy, you know? And as a Jewish man, it's weird to feel like some sympathy, but you know, these people are human too. And I feel bad when people are used as props. But he like pushed back on his like John probably says something like, black people had it better in the 60s or something ridiculous. And Tim's like, whoa, buddy, I'm not that crazy. Anyway, and then proceeds to try to shit on me for 2 hours. I guess I was surprised with how dumb Tim is. Because I always knew, I didn't think he was particularly intelligent. But like his lack of like critical thinking was very surprising to me. And his employees are all very nice, but they're all very goonish, if you will. I don't know if I should say this publicly. I like them all. I don't want to disparage them. They're very friendly. But they're very goonish. Like
I think that's just what happens when you build a physical space with people who are sycophants or work for you or whatever. And I think that's why. I mean, I've seen a lot of YouTuber studios. Nothing like what we've done. They're always like, I'm the big guy on campus, and these are the people that work for me. And
you don't have any goons?
I don't have goons. I have a couple goons. But
do you need anything, boss? I got it for you.
But like, you know, I have a couple of. I have like an assistant. Or, you know.
Okay.
But other than that, like, we're all pretty much equal, and you know. So
that might be rare, I guess.
What's that?
That might be rare.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, like I like the kind of the Destiny podcast is kind of the same deal. Like, you expect it to be kind of more glamorous than it is. And
and you get there, it's just like
it's just kind of like in and out, very transactional. The space isn't even that cool or
so I wasn't at all disappointed by your studio, is what I'm trying to say.
Excellent. Well,
I expected what I expected.
Very good. Well, I mean, you know, I think were you expecting such a nice roof?
That is a nice roof. It is nice. Why aren't we up there?
Because
lighting,
and we would probably
equipment and extension cords and all that.
Yeah, too much work.
Too much work indeed.
But anyway,
But Tim is like I wouldn't say man-child, because that's a little disparaging. I don't think he's a man-child, but it was very interesting how eager he was to show me all his stuff. You know, he's like, oh, here's my magic cards, and here's my guns, and here's my tech deck, and it was cool. Like, I was like genuinely like, this is what would happen if you gave a 16-year-old tens of millions of dollars. So I kind of I liked that. That endeared me. I want all that stuff. So what I hope to supplant him one day, maybe even have my own skate park. And I don't skate, but I just want one, you know?
Right. Just to one up Tim Pool.
Yeah, and he has the racist Magic card collection, all the band cards,
you showed me
like
that.
all the cool fun stuff. Yeah, all the things you wanted to buy when you were a kid.
I find it interesting how transactional and like performative the debate sphere is, because I think from the like I've never debated anybody, and I know people like to do, I guess, but from the outside I always expect it to be like these big like ideological wars and these two people like vehemently disagree.
Oh yeah.
And then even talking to like, we have a friend who debated Eric Weinstein.
Yes.
No, he debated, he was on a podcast. What the fuck was the structure of this podcast? It was like he debated somebody who was pro Eric Weinstein and he was anti Eric Weinstein, but Eric Weinstein was watching the entire time behind a one-way mirror.
Right.
And at the end of this this conversation where you
This is Chill Goblin.
James, you talk about somebody and you shit on somebody for 2 hours, and at the end a door opens and the guy you're shitting on is behind the door.
It's like a not the father sort of situation.
Did he know that was going to happen?
No. Didn't know that was going to happen. But then at the
Is Tim Pool in this compound right now?
You are not the father.
But then at the end, right? It's like they just talked. Like you expected to like this vitriol to carry over into like everyday life. But then he said after that, him and Eric just talked for like 2 hours.
Well, it's also a private conversation.
No,
Like as opposed to the debate was public.
No, that exact same thing happened where like Tim is, screaming at me, you're a retard, you're in a cult, you don't know what you're talking about, the left doesn't know what's up, you're so stupid, you're so uninformed, blah, 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 blah. Camera's off. We go back, he's on the couch, and it's just like, yeah, man, anyway, like, it's just like this very casual, like, almost like servile, like, hey, sorry about that, and anyway.
See,
and like, that pisses me off, because, like, when I'm in that space, I'm not playing a character.
Yeah.
I'm stating my general opinions. And when I'm mad,
despite the hats that you're wearing.
Well, look, it's July 4th, okay?
Yeah.
And I didn't want you guys to get too uppity. That's the only reason. This isn't a character. This is just intimidation garb.
Mr. Burger
In fact, can you take that down real quick? This Nova Scotian flag, this is kind of a... Actually, I shouldn't even ask. Take that down.
It's offending you?
It's offending me. That's the 51st state. We're going to abolish territories. You will just be the 51st state. You won't have any... There won't be any, whatever, Saskatoon or whatever fucking stupid name you guys come up with. Oh, come on. Oh, God. At least put it... Yeah, okay. Behind you so I don't have to look at it.
You're Nova Scotian now?
No, I'm Scotian.
You're
to be fair, that is a
boy.
really cool name. I love Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
Cool.
New Scotland.
New Scotland.
In Latin.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Look how uninformed I am.
Are you getting, I think you mentioned, so you just hung out with JJ for a while. JJ's very black-pilled on debates. I remember he was live reacting to your Tim Pool debate to me, and he was like, I can't watch this. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
You know, like I think he even made the argument that Biden shouldn't have done any debates.
I mean, that's a good argument. If Biden hadn't done that first, or was it second debate, he wouldn't have probably dropped
but
out, right?
I'm curious on your thoughts about this. He thinks like presidents shouldn't do debates. He thinks it like doesn't
useless.
Say anything about your capability of leading a country.
Debates should only be done if you think you can gain something from them, which is, I think, a thing in favor of JJ's argument. Or like, no one should agree to a debate if they think that when presenting themselves, people will like them less. Because you want to win. It's all about winning. It doesn't matter if your ideas are better, but if most people don't like them and you're exposing that, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So when, Donald Trump and Biden go and do a debate, I like it when, in the first election, Biden was like, shut up, man. And he was, that was a big moment. Oh, cool. Yay. But no one is discovering in real time who they would want to vote for because of that, unless they're strictly vibe based. And I don't want those people to change their minds unless it's in my favor.
Right.
So I don't really know how much debates help. Okay. They're probably like, when I debate online, one is for fun. I don't make any money off that. All my money's come from ad revenue. It's not really from the stream. Sometimes people super chat, which is nice, and thank you. But it's not nearly so effective. It's more just I have fun talking, articulating my opinions, but that's not happening in politics. Everyone has their platform already. No one's changing in real time. The only thing major that happened because of that is Biden dropping out, right?
Yeah.
Well, which is good that we got rid of the guy who was mentally declining.
Yeah.
But honestly, I bet if he hadn't done any debates, he probably had a much better chance of winning.
Interesting.
I don't know.
So you would take no debate Biden over Kamala?
policy-wise, I'm not sure, but in terms of like electability-wise, yeah, I think no debate Biden probably had a better shot.
Interesting. No debate Biden.
Yeah. Because how many debates did they do in 2020? It was like very few, right?
Yeah.
They had him locked in like a cryo chamber for most of that year, and they let him out once or twice.
Yeah.
Adderall and Viagra. What do they pump him up with?
Viagra. He was just bricked under that like podium.
The nitrous oxide up the fucking what's that vein? You know this.
Oh, the
dick vein?
vagus nerve?
The vagus nerve.
The Snickers dick vein.
Yeah.
The vagus nerve. No, because Viagra alleviates Alzheimer's symptoms. Because it pumps nitrous oxide. Yeah. So, like, a bit of a tangent. In seniors' homes, the population that's on Viagra has, like, is way less affected by Alzheimer's, and their Alzheimer's progresses way slower than the population that isn't on Viagra. Because it pumps, the way it works is it pumps nitrous oxide up your vagus nerve, so it makes you hard, also increases your mental capabilities. It's like a nootropic. Like you can take Viagra every day and like
it
works
why
like a nootropic.
I take it for the nootropic.
For the nootropic
benefits.
effects. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I just am imagining Biden though, just like dick hard against the fucking table.
Dick hard, smelling fucking kids' hair, high on Ritalin.
I forgot about the sniffing part. But I don't know if this is a hot take. I don't think he has Alzheimer's or dementia. I mean, he's old. He's clearly got a deteriorating brain. I don't think he's got like a disease. I think he's just old.
Yeah.
Well, the important thing is it doesn't matter anymore.
That's true. It doesn't.
That's an irrelevant point.
I mean, he's not irrelevant in the sense that the right still cares about him so much. Trump opens like every other truth social post with.
Yeah, but he's just like free associating liberals, like Obama.
It would have been Clinton if not Biden, right? He would have been saying the same things.
Yeah.
Warren. It's crazy.
Well, you got to have an outgroup to rattle, to blame the policy things that aren't working out.
Do you think the left will become obsessed with Trump way longer than they should, the way the right's obsessed with Biden and Obama way longer than they should be?
When you
this
when
scares
you say
me.
way longer than they should, I think it's different from like a Hillary Clinton, whereas like Hillary Clinton never got into office, didn't have any long-term effects, so the hate and anger towards her is, I think, too long. Donald Trump has installed Supreme Court justices that'll be here for like 40, maybe 50 years. The policy is like, if this big, beautiful bill passes and, we kill a bunch of people by stripping them of Medicaid, the USAID stuff, I think you could probably, for the next 100 years, be mad at the great Satan, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I think it would be completely legitimate.
Sure.
So I don't know what longer than, like maybe in 500 years, then I'd be like, all right, guys, calm down.
Do you think, because this is something that JJ believes, is basically Trump goes away, everything goes back to normal. What do you think about that?
So I would say no to that. In like, it's hard to say because you see what happens when he kind of falls out of the limelight and these like Trump-esque figures come up. It's like Kash Patel and Ron DeSantis, and they're emulating the Trump brand, but they can't do it. They don't have the comedy, they don't have the timing, they don't have the voice. I think he might be right. Like, because you see these kind of crazy figures coming up. Like, what's the crazy lady? There's two. There's like Laura Loomer, who just recently said we should feed every Latino to alligators.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And then she tried to walk it back, like, actually, there's 65 million illegals. I was only talking about murdering illegals, which is not much better. Who, by the way, so crazy, she got Tim Pool's live stream taken down. That's not, like, she was too radical for the Tim Pool live stream. Like, the YouTube got shut off because she was calling for, like, executions or something.
Wow.
But the other one is, what's her name? Valentina Gomez, I think. She's running for some Congress thing as a Republican Latina woman. And she'll do these videos where she'll just have like a tied up mannequin with like a black bag and just shoot them in the back of the head. It's like, that's the only policy that an illegal deserves. And like, those people are not going to go away when Trump's gone. Like, Trump has opened the floodgates to the disillusion of dignity and the disillusion of this like idea that like a politician's supposed to be this prim, proper, suited up guy who knows better. So that might never come back. But the Trump cult can't survive without Trump, in my opinion. It's going to transform. It'll shrink. It might still metastasize into something different, but it's with Trump as we see it today. I think that's going to be gone when he's gone.
Sure.
You can even see it like when anyone goes against Trump, like a Mike Pence, and it's just like, well, I only trust Trump. It's all, that's the problem with putting everything into this unilateral figure, is if that figure goes away, then what? Who do I trust? You got to build it back up again, and you just can't if you don't have the Trump-risma.
True. I don't know. I would be very surprised if after Trump went away, though, they went back to like a Mitt Romney sort of character.
It won't go back to normal. It won't go back to 2012, but it won't stay on the Trump level of absurdity. We'll have someone absurd, but like less Trumpy.
Interesting.
Like maybe like a JD Vance, right? He'll say ridiculous shit. He'll say ignore the judges. He'll say replace all the government employees. But he's not Trump.
No,
and he'll never be Trump.
the
He'll never
riz
be
isn't
close.
there.
I mean, he wears eyeliner, and he people blow up his face. Like, you can make fun of JD Vance. You can't make fun of Trump because he's funnier than you.
He's funny.
JD Vance is not funnier than
riz.
you. It's very easy to make like what's the what do you even call the face thing they do with him?
Just Vance edits.
Yeah, Vance edits. You
see
can't do a
that-
Vance edit with Trump,
That Norwegian guy got turned around at the border for having one on his phone.
right?
Yeah.
That's scary.
A whitey, a cracker got turned away.
Well, if JJ was here, he would say, "Well, you don't know what actually he was turned away for. That's just what he thinks he was turned away for." Because he's always coping about how like America isn't like it's not scary at the border and you shouldn't be afraid.
It's not descending into authoritarianism.
It's not descending into
That's his white
authoritarianism.
privilege, though.
It is his white privilege.
His JJ privilege. He loves America.
I know. Yeah.
He
He's
wouldn't get turned
American.
away at the border. Never.
Maybe he loves America too much, so they turn him away.
He'll get turned away at the border, and it's gonna fundamentally change his worldview forever.
Yeah, I wonder what that would do to his psyche.
Let's get JJ turned away at the border.
I was gonna say, right before I left, he was making Trump edits. I don't know if you saw yesterday, but he posted like the new Trump portrait where he's looking a little like leathery, and he's got plump Trump, the original one, and he's like, which better, plump or leathery? And I think that might get him turned away at the border if they find that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. My border experience was quite pleasant. They barely asked me anything.
What do they ask you?
They were just like, "How long you staying for?" 5 days. All right. Have a good trip.
We were
That's
going
it.
to California though. That doesn't count.
No.
Toronto to California. California's not America.
Might as well not be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Won't be
we're our fifth largest GDP, like on our own. You know?
Yeah, well, won't be soon. Secession,
No, not a fan.
national divorce.
That was a thing back in 2016 when Trump first won. Everyone's like, "What about Cal exit?"
Mm.
I think that was the Russians trying to promote the division of our
Yeah.
country, though, because
Yeah.
that's such a dumb idea.
Could you see any foreseeable future where states leave?
I mean, hey, we did it before. Why not? Do you think we got close with that Texas thing? They were complaining that they couldn't put razor wire to shred Mexican families.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, all right, if you don't let us shred these Mexicans, I swear to God, we're going to leave the country or something like that.
I don't know. I liked there's a movie called Civil War 2024.
Yes.
Not Avengers. I thought that the premise behind that was quite tantalizing to my ideology.
Well, that was the whole selling point of the
future-oriented.
movie. But then
Right.
you question it, and they're like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, Texas and California, that's a coalition. And
It's,
they
it's
don't
an
really.
anti-centrist coalition.
I thought they really pussied out in that one.
Yeah.
They could have really shown like it was the MAGA versus the non-MAGA, and they didn't want to do that because they wanted to be ambiguous. Just like how Top Gun, they're like, we have to go bomb a unnamed country's nuclear facility.
Could be any of them.
Could be any of these Middle Eastern countries. Who knows?
Interesting.
Who can say?
You're pro bombing Iran.
That's an interesting claim. Did I ever say that?
When we were talking on the roof last night.
You're
Is that what I
more-
said? I
okay,
said
I think
I'm pro
You're
bombing
more
Iran.
pro bombing Iran than the average person.
I think I am more pro intervention than the average
Yeah.
person. I think there is a plausible explanation for bombing Iran that I don't understand. That if you showed me, I'd be like, oh yeah, maybe. I don't know what Iran would do with a nuke. If the crazy Republicans are to be believed, which I don't think they are, as soon as they got it, bam, launch, Israel, gone. If that was the case, I would be pro bombing the nuclear facilities.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to believe them. The same people who manufactured a WMD crisis in Iraq.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm pro bombing Iran.
But if they were,
I'll
if
say this, I don't know enough. That's my
Sure.
this is my hard stance for the camera, for the record. I don't know whether or not it's good to bomb Iran.
mm-hmm. But you're going to go on a debate in
in
favor
2
of
hours.
interventionism in 2 hours. So
But not for all interventionism.
right.
So I'm most pro going to defend things like stopping the Serbian genocide of the Albanians. I
Sure.
think that was a great intervention.
Yeah.
Mm.
US aid, I think, is usually pretty good.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Because you've seen my chart. I have dove versus hawk, and then I add the ostrich, which just wants to stick his head in the sand, not get involved. That's a Tucker Carlson type. Versus the drone, who is just sort of like pan-interventionist. Sometimes you do some hawkish tactics. Like I think stopping the genocide by killing the genociders. That's a hawk. That's a hawk move. That's like light hawk. That's like
Yeah.
attacking the Nazis to save the Jews. That's like a
Yeah.
light.
That's
Light
the
hawk.
easiest example, right?
Yeah.
It's like, would you fight the Nazis? And I don't know if this is like too soy,
Mm.
but I think it's like, what do they say in Spider-Man? With great power comes great responsibility. And if we have the largest military, we should at least use it for good.
Are you telling me you'd fight the Nazis? If you could go back in time, you'd fight the Nazis?
If I had to choose-
That one's fallen out of the Overton window,
If I
actually.
had to choose between the Nazis and the Japanese, I'd fight the Nazis. Because I don't know if you've seen the Pacific, but they got diarrhea. And the Japanese fought to the death. The Nazis were like, these guys are our brothers. We'll give up a lot easier. I'd rather fight the Nazis. But I'd probably be some egghead under like the Berkeley Coliseum making a nuke. I wouldn't even be there, So, yeah.
You mean you wouldn't be fighting with those guns?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would even hide these so they didn't conscript me.
Interesting.
I would wear a big lab coat. I'd put on glasses, and I'd kind of like, Clark Kent kind of, oh, geez, let's go make a nuclear bomb, guy. That's what I would be doing.
Right.
You know? I don't want to go sent to war. Those things suck.
Yeah.
I'm not pro-war. I'm pro-stopping war in the long run. Then the trolley problem.
So you're like, USA, that's like a dove policy. That's like, we're going out, we're helping other people.
100%.
And then, stopping the Serbian genocide, that was more of a hawk thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. We didn't have troops on the ground there, though. I think that was all
that's like a
NATO.
Jason and UN and NATO stuff. But they have a Bill Clinton statue, a Bill Clinton avenue there. They really love Bill Clinton.
In Kosovo?
In Kosovo,
yeah. But I mean, NATO, the whole issue with that, which I don't know, it's there's a spiral effect, right? Because NATO bombed Serbia first. Like, NATO was supposed to be a defense force, and they bombed Serbia first. And
first being, like, Serbia didn't bomb NATO first?
Yeah, but
that was post them doing some crazy shit, right?
It was, but NATO's principle was they would never attack first. It's just a defense issue. And now that's sort of like spiraled into Russia's just fundamental distrust of NATO being a defense force.
I don't know about the Russia distrust thing. I think they just don't like NATO, period. Whether or not that was from the genocide thing, or they just wanted to retake Ukraine because they won it, right? It's strategically good for them. I don't think that was otherwise of the NATO intervention in Serbia, we wouldn't have done that. I think that's a hard argument. I think historians might not agree with you there, but
I mean, they really.
I have heard that one. I've heard that. NATO struck first,
but I think that's a Russia narrative, and who can trust them?
We should use this opportunity to harness our debate bro skills, because Brogan and I are too agreeable.
Yeah.
So we could have like we would have Fuentes on, and he would be like talking about race and IQ and be like, "Whoa, I never thought about that."
I'm not even agreeable. I'm just stuck in a mushroom trip. Like, my brain is just falling out of my head constantly.
Okay.
It's like more Joe Rogan.
He's tripping and I'm agreeable.
Like, you find it interesting.
Yeah.
Just like what you're saying, like all of these people you're gonna have on, unless they're like incredibly boring, are going to have an interesting way to phrase what they say. If Nick Fuentes comes on and talks about how Jews did everything wrong, it's going to be fun to listen to at the very least. And it's hard for you to interrupt that, right? Like, you don't want to be constantly pushing back on that.
Keep going.
Did we lose something?
No, it's okay. We have so many cameras that it doesn't matter.
Okay. But yeah, so I get it. But you should push back. I think you have a responsibility to.
Yes, you said this to PF Young.
Yeah.
Your argument with PF Young is PF Young will have someone on like Andrew Wilson, and he will be kind of like overly agreeable to him, I guess. And your whole point was like, I'll talk to Tim Pool. You talked to, what was the first guy you talked to? Who you like asked him a question on a short.
Michael Knowles.
Michael Knowles, yeah. And you'll talk to these people, and you actually do. I mean, I was a little surprised to hear you a little black-pilled on debate, because to me, you represent the whole reaching out and having conversation and civil discourse and believing in that.
There's two groups, right? There's the Michael Knowleses and the Matt Walshes, and the especially like the Charlie Kirks and Tim Pool, where for a fact they go in there with an agenda. You're never going to change their mind, no matter what. If you get even close to a good point, they'll deviate the conversation away, because they know that you're owning them in the marketplace of ideas. That's very different. I think that is what I'm more black-pilled on. I'm like, what's the point of this? Like, I just have to show face and declare victory and be, look, I'm having more owning moments. That's only for convincing people. Right. I think in conversations with a normal human being, which is a lot less common, and more people need to do this, and I advocate for this, is like, go just talk to your racist uncle. And I think you can actually have, I'm very blue-pilled on that. I think that works. In fact, like, you don't even need debate bro tactics. You can do the whole, like, anecdotes works super well. Yeah. It's not data. People hate data. People hate numbers. But you can just go up and be like, look, you hate black people, Mr. Uncle, but like, I've got a black friend, and he'll be like, really? You have a black friend? And he doesn't try to stab you?
Well, it's also a miracle what can happen when the conversations is being recorded and live streamed to 1,000 people.
Right.
And you don't have a financial incentive to believe what you believe. Those are two kind of conflicting variables.
Right, there. But a financial incentive.
Do you guys have a financial incentive to? Kind of now.
I don't. I think this is actively bad for me, actually.
Your financial incentive is to not believe anything.
Yeah.
So someone told me when they saw that I might go on your podcast, tell them to stop being so centrist. Do you believe you're a centrist?
I feel like I'm put in positions where I've had like 1,000 leftists on this pod, which makes me obviously think that I'm a leftist.
I think you are.
My instinct then is to become like I texted Brogan yesterday. I was like, we have to platform a vile racist ASAP, because like we've just had. I'm getting sick of the leftism.
All these fucking cushy little tree hugging.
I am like my politics is downstream from my aesthetics, and my aesthetics is like I like the extremes. I like wacky ideologies. I love Taylor Lorenz. I think I think the mask stuff is somewhat of an extreme position. I like extreme positions.
It's more
and I think
this is what I mean. Yeah, you have Nick Fuentes on not because you're like I want to platform you, but you're like, this is wild. I've never heard this.
Yes.
I used to be a regular browser on Brain Cells, r/Brain Cells. Do you know about this? It was like the incel subreddit. Yeah. Because I was just so intrigued by like what is completely adjacent to my way of thinking.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop reading it.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, it got banned. Which
that's sad.
That's really sad.
And that's
because
why
now where do they go?
Wait, is brain cell like when you're so smart you can't get laid? Is that like how they position themselves?
Our incels got banned, and then they moved to our brain cells.
Yeah, I think it was just a different name for incel subreddit. Yeah. But yeah, it was like I was genuinely like on that every day for entertainment. And I think that's like a completely valid position to have. Now, if you have a Nick Fuentes on and he says all this stuff about like all these horrible things and you never push back, then it's like a little irresponsible, a little bit. I think you have a responsibility to at least say, hey, this is dumb. Maybe even a PSA might work.
Oh, a PSA, yeah.
But yeah, I can't tell you how to run your show.
I'll leave that to Brogan. Brogan will push back, and my mouth will hang open. I'll be like,
Brogan's just look, black people are just as good as all other people, and then that's it. That's your whole PSA.
Yeah. That would be my PSA.
You're racist against white people, though, right?
I hate crackers and honkies.
I also hate crackers and honkies.
But what's like? Are those like when people say the N word and they're like, "Well, I don't mean all black people. I just mean the bad ones." Is that kind of what you guys are doing?
I just mean the boring ones. I mean the ones that don't know how to dance.
That's most of them.
That don't know how to enjoy. I think that white people.
Brogan's kind of spiritually black.
I think white people cannot enjoy life. I think there's an infliction within white people that they don't understand what they are put on earth to do.
Some might call this woke.
They rationalize. I hate rationalizing. I hate intellectualizing.
Brogan's philosophies typically come from a singular events. So the most recent event is we went out for Canada Day, and we have a huge studio with like a lot of people.
Okay.
And it was just you, me, and like a couple other people.
Yeah. A couple other white people?
No, because me and Nick are spiritually not white because we're Nova Scotian.
And I'm non-white.
You're not white, and
You're not white at all.
And Zatzman's Jewish.
Are Jews not white?
If you say no, that means you're like far right.
Yeah. Well, no, this is a horseshoe thing, actually. So on the far right, they're not white because they're subversive of the white population. Yes. On the far left, they're not white because being white is lame. It's too woke. You want to differentiate yourself. It's the same when people say they're non-binary.
I don't know if I agree because like I think the far left would call Jews white because white is the colonizer class.
No. The far left will be like, oh, like, well, hold on. Like they'll criticize. You'll see Jews do this, and the right will get mad at them. They'll be like, oh, white people suck. White people are awful. And it's like, are you white? No, I'm Jewish. Like they like to differentiate themselves.
Interesting, because a lot of the Palestine discourse is like these are white colonizers.
That's true. I think that might be a recent thing, though.
Okay,
I'd say maybe 5 years ago, but now you're right. Yes, now the Jews are the great Satan. God's chosen Satans.
Like maybe the left used to care about anti-Semitism. Yeah. That's crazy.
You think if Kanye did his thing like 6 months later after October 7th, he would have been totally uncancelable? I think so.
I've been thinking this.
He just had to wait.
I've been thinking this. He should have. He was right on the money. Just like close your mouth for just a little bit longer and then break it out.
And just like it kind of trickled in. Like
he really
was
ahead of his
Zionist
time
at the beginning.
Yeah, Zionist. Yeah.
He was a Zionist doctor.
I don't really care about Israel Palestine. I am very excited to be anti-Semitic though. That's what I'm getting out of this.
It is fun. It's very fun. Yeah. As a Jew, I only really keep the Jewish moniker because it's fun to be anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Like there's no other reason. If the Nazis were knocking at the door and they were doing foreskin checks, I would be fine. All right? Like what are they going to do?
Yeah, you're uncirced.
I'm uncirced.
How is that possible?
Because I have progressive Jewish mom who's like, well, I mean, he should choose how his wiener
That's crazy.
Turns out.
As if you choose to get circumcised in your adulthood.
Some people do.
When you can feel the pain. I refuse to believe it.
I'm sure they give you painkillers. They don't just, all right.
Oh, man. You ever seen that South Park episode where they do the bris?
Maybe. I think so.
And then they have a Canadian one, and it's like they just have a pair of pliers. There's like a maple leaf carved into it. They cut off Kyle's foreskin.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Kyle wasn't circed?
No, sorry, Ike.
Because
Ike's Jewish and Canadian. The little baby.
Yeah.
We're going to get some gum.
No, I don't think they... I don't think many people choose, but some people choose because it's like the peer pressure thing. It's like an aesthetic thing. They're like, yeah, all these people bully me, and maybe they don't know how to clean it. That's always a big thing. They're like, oh, foreskin's more dirty. It's like, well, yeah, if you don't wash your dick.
That's true.
Yeah, in the same way your armpit gets dirty.
I've never been shamed for it.
Yeah,
but I think it's the norm. I often only see my own dick.
It is the norm.
It is the norm,
especially in Europe. You don't feel left out at all.
Yeah,
like when you and the boys are hanging out naked.
Yeah,
and they're all just kind of dangling around. Well, I will say this: I was not directly mocked because they didn't know that I was uncirced. But in middle school, a kid, he took his shirt and he put it up around his head and he's like, "Look at me, I'm uncirced." And he ran around and everyone laughed. They were like, "Ha ha ha, weird dick." And I felt a little something there. I was like, "Oh, am I different?" But
that's crazy.
They were just jealous of my extra penis.
Removing a body part at birth
is wild.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's just a crazy thing to do.
And the reasons are always so crazy, right? It's always like, well, I want my son to look like me. I want my son's dick to look like my dick. Like, can you imagine, like, if a woman with breast implants was like, well, I want my daughter to look like me, and they just gave a baby like silicone breast implants right away?
Fucked up, man. Yeah. Although I think the blowjob has been propagated by the circed.
The blowjob. Oh, so like,
because it's not that great. Like, it's pretty good, but I'm not like
you're not as into blowjobs.
No, I'm not seeking them out.
That's so weird because that's the same for me. Do you think it's an uncirced thing?
I think it's an uncirced thing. I think the circumcised enjoy the blowjob more.
Nick.
I thought it was the defining feature of the circed among us that you do not like blowjobs because they're just mid as hell.
What do you enjoy? Are you circed and enjoy blowjobs, Nick?
No, I do not like blowjobs. I am circed, and as a member of the better half, the cut half, I can tell you that I thought broadly it was us who don't like the blowjobs.
Wait. I like blowjobs. I like blowjobs, but I'm not like, I'm not gonna like get a blowjob for 20 minutes. It's part of like the process.
It's like a foreplay thing.
Yeah, there's like 5 minutes of it.
We're pushing back against the media narrative where it's like, when a girl's like, "Oh, you did something nice for me, I'll give you head." It's like, whatever. Like, "Oh, I'll give you a hug." It's kind of like that to me. It's like, I love hugs. I would never give up a hug. I love blowjobs, but I'm not like, yeah, blowjob. Like, dude, she went down on me, bro. That's not what it's about.
I just thought that the idea is that you finish from it. Like, it's like the main event, at least in like movies and shit.
Very rare.
I felt like that was
at least in movies. See, you've been brainwashed. How many times have you finished from a blowjob? Zero. I'd say maybe like 2 or 3 for me. Yeah. And I had to like think about it. I had to be like,
No, you really gotta lock the fuck in. Even then, like, they just fucking eat it, and it's like, you ruined the rest of the night.
Yes.
You're so sad. You're like, I'm sorry.
And there's
no, it's not you.
And there's cum everywhere. Oh God.
No, there's none. That
What do you mean that's the issue?
if girls get shattered, don't think.
That's why you say, "Oh, this is so great. Let's have sex."
Aren't you?
No, we're not having sex. She's giving me a blowjob. Do you realize how much more body counts would go up if we counted blowjobs?
Hey, stop having conversations with people with no mic. The audience can't. That doesn't do anything for our techno capital.
You left for 2 seconds. We started talking about blowjobs.
Greg, do you like blowjobs?
No.
See?
Do you not like blowjobs, or do you think they're overrated?
I don't like them.
You don't like
period,
them.
You don't like
period.
them.
Like you're like, stop that.
Yeah.
Like a little upside the cabbage, a little smack.
Doesn't do much for me.
It's okay.
And then if they do a blowjob to me, then I gotta do oral on them, and I don't like that either. There's a whole ecosystem down there. I think I
might like giving blowjobs. If that was what you were implying.
The Jews took my foreskin, and that's why I can't appreciate a blowjob.
Wait, did you know? One of you guys might have told me this while we were, because someone had a circumcision shirt.
Oh yeah.
Was it Sandra Bullock was putting foreskins in her face on the Ellen show?
That's true.
And that's true.
Yeah.
They actually do something with them.
Yeah, they microneedle the baby I think it's Korean baby foreskin into your
specifically
face. Koreans.
So there's not like an ecosystem of like harvesting foreskins for the incentive of putting them in celebrities' faces in America. It's just Korean babies.
I'm gonna on Ellen. This I think they talked about this on Ellen.
Yeah,
she was saying it was Korean babies. I don't know. Maybe it's more.
I'm gonna go out on a whim and say there probably is an ecosystem in the U.S. of taking the foreskins and making them into cream.
Yeah,
just a guess.
Yeah,
making them into Korean faces. Like
I mean, like, what are
the tariffs are gonna fuck the foreskin trade.
Yeah.
I will say that.
What are you supposed to do with the foreskins? You're supposed to throw them out? Like,
I think they just throw them in a biohazard thing and
if you can microneedle them into your face, like, why not? That's capital, baby.
Well, this is why people don't like organ donors, right? Because they're like, oh, if I'm an organ donor, rather than save me, they might have an incentive to kill me to put the organs in someone else.
Right.
So the foreskins otherwise would not be harvested if not for the demand from the celebrities, right?
True. You know, I feel the same way about baby blood. Like, what's the baby doing with all that blood? It doesn't need all that blood.
Can babies donate blood?
And if I put it, well, no, but I can pay
not
their
the same
mothers.
amount, but like the equivalent of what I would donate.
I don't think so. But if you pay the mothers enough, you can just kind of treat them like a commodity and plug their blood into your blood.
Yeah.
Do you ever see that? There's a video of so in Australia there's blood donations and in America there's blood donations. But Australia you can only give blood I think once or twice a month, and you get paid for it.
Paid?
Yeah, you get paid for your blood donation.
I get like some cookies.
Yeah,
Sucks.
it's not blood donation. It's like you're giving your blood to someone.
Selling your blood.
You're selling your blood. Yeah, sorry. And in America, there's only a limit of like 3 days, and they start by paying you a decent amount, and then obviously a lot of poor people go and sell their blood.
Yeah.
And then you go more and more, and they pay you less and less because they know you're gonna keep coming back. And also, it's so unhealthy for you. These people are like anemic. They've given so much blood.
Because they get every 3 days.
Getting money for it. You can do it every. I think that's
every time I donate. They're like, "Have you given in the last 8 weeks?" And you have to say that you.
Yeah, I think the rules are different because it's a private enterprise, and I think they're selling the blood to rich people so that they can use the blood.
I don't want poor blood.
You don't want poor blood. I mean, blood's blood. But yeah, you'd think
so.
they would be more choosy about their blood. Like I care so much about if my butter is grass fed. So like if I'm putting blood. I would want it to be like not
yeah.
burger
You want
blood.
some 80 IQ criminal blood
with like Doritos and Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
that's what Brian Johnson does. He gets his son's blood.
Yes.
Right? He's a blood bag.
We saw Brian Johnson at the airport coming back from VidCon.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We tried to find him. We tried to hunt him down. We couldn't.
Yeah, JJ was like, "That's Brian Johnson and his son."
We asked how'd you know, and he said they both looked androgynous. And I said that's Brian Johnson and his son.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a private jet.
That's what I'm saying.
We had this conversation about private jets.
He's not rich enough for a private jet.
Yeah,
because $10 million isn't that much money.
Yeah, private jets
I thought he's a billionaire.
Oh wait, no, he sold a company.
He sold a company.
That's why Brian Johnson's like famous and has money. He sold a.
He sold a company for like a lot of money, but it's not private jet money.
Private jet money's a lot.
Yeah,
like private jet. That's like the most expensive thing you can buy. That's that's why billionaires get into super yachts. It's because there's not a thing you can purchase
bigger than a yacht.
Bigger than a private jet. You just have to keep building bigger and bigger yachts.
A super private jet.
Super private. Well, even if you buy like a 747, but if you like a normal one, if you get like a G6 fully staffed and it's yours, like you don't charter it, you're looking at like the upkeep of that's like $80 million a year.
Yeah.
This is a big problem. Is that once you're in the billionaire range, there's not enough cool things you can buy for like $1 billion.
There's a hole in the market.
Yeah.
The most expensive new car you can buy is $7 million.
That's it.
That's it.
There's got to be some custom, crazy like rocket engine thing. Right?
No, you got to go into classics and antiques.
All of human civilization should be focused on providing really cool things for rich
billionaires.
people. Yeah.
There should be a whole industry.
And not just rich people, but like obscenely, disgustingly wealthy people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you guys abolish billionaires?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, that was an easy one for you. What about you, Jared?
No, I wouldn't.
Why not?
I'm a UBI man myself.
UBI?
Yeah.
Well, how do we pay for it?
Billionaires. But like, if you play the game well enough within a universal basic income system, you can be a billionaire fine.
Yeah, I think we should every 100% tax on every dollar earned.
I wouldn't
100% tax.
100% tax on every dollar earned above $1 billion. Just completely reclaimed.
Yeah.
You get to be a 999 millionaire.
I think someone was showing Elon Musk's wealth. Now, obviously, it's not like a big Scrooge McDuck vault. It's in stocks. But the idea of like being able to lose 99% of your money twice, like 99%, and then you lose another 99%, and then still be obscenely rich and be able to retire is pretty insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we should probably do something about that. Now,
what should we do?
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of higher taxes. Maybe not 100%, but I like 90% over $1 billion. So it's like you still can make more. And if we have everyone's needs met and the billionaires are still there, I'm fine with it.
Sure.
So we don't have to abolish them in principle.
I think there's like a bunch of I mean, this is a debate as old as time. These structural issues of I guess you can seize their assets so that the capital can't fly away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, well, that seems more extreme than what I said.
But
seize their assets.
I mean, the idea is these people have so much access to power that tax doesn't even work anymore.
Yeah.
Like these people don't pay taxes.
Yeah, they do.
They have offshore
offset,
bank accounts and
they do loans.
They do loans.
You know.
Like capitalism at this point is so financially complicated. It's not as simple. It's not as simple as like increase the tax or get rid of the tax.
Any
anymore.
American can have one free slap a year on a billionaire. That's my.
I like
solution.
that.
Just one free slap.
That's fair.
It's not permanent damage, but like if you're just mad at the rich, you get one free slap.
One free slap.
And all 380 million.
I think
380 million slaps a year.
I think enough people hate Elon that it would kill him, the number of slaps, if it was in a row.
Well, see, he can afford the best doctors to like reset. You know,
True.
they've got the get him back up,
True.
slap him again.
Yeah, he'd be coming out of that with like a bionic face or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
You think that man would be more attractive given his money?
Given the money. But that's the thing. We're not at the point in capitalism yet where you can just totally change your body with money. Because we're moving towards a point where there's not going to be any such thing as an incel anymore. There's only going to be poor cells. Because if you have enough money, you'll be able to transform your body however you want.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of exists already, right? Like that's
Yeah.
if you as an incel connoisseur, they believe that once you achieve enough money or status, you're not entirely celibate anymore. Like people will be attracted to your money and your power, and so like you point out like, oh, Danny DeVito's married. It's like Danny DeVito's a celebrity. Danny DeVito in a non-rich scenario would be an incel in their mind. So.
He's also funny.
There's a bit of a fracture actually between the red pill and the black pill set on this.
Yes.
Because the black pill set will say, sure, you can get a girlfriend or whatever if you're very rich, but you're always going to be the beta, and she's always going to cheat on you with Chad.
Yeah. What's it called? It's beta bucks.
Alpha fucks.
Yes. It's been a while since I've heard it, but yes. So it's like, yeah, she'll settle down for you once you have the money, but really you're still the cuck.
I want to create more infighting between the red pill and the black pill people.
Yeah.
Because there's overlap, but there's some differences.
There's too much overlap. I think. How do you make them fight other than that? Like that's like the one deviation.
Well,
right?
the red pill people believe that it's like self-improvement versus it's over.
It's over. Yeah. But that's like the difference. The difference being the red pill are like, yes, all these bad things you believe about women are true. Now take advantage of it. And the black pill's like, there's no way to take advantage of it.
Right.
It's over for me. You can't work out your face. I know that one.
Yeah.
Although, do you know that Mew, the guy who invented mewing, just died, and his name was Mew?
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
Died at 96.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
I'm
think,
Mew.
Do you think I'm Mew?
You look like a Mew.
I don't Mew.
Yeah?
My jaw's just really fucked up.
You just have a nice jaw. You see Nikado Avocado got the jaw surgery.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got the mewing jawline without mewing at all. He is not a poor cell. He is paying to improve his. Well, I guess he never really struggled, right? He had lots of romantic aspects. I don't know. I don't keep up with this stuff.
I don't really know.
I think he was mukbanging with some sort of partner, right? It wasn't just him.
Yeah,
He had an
he's also
OnlyFans.
gay, right? So it kind
Yeah,
of,
well, gay people can have sex with anyone.
yeah.
Yeah.
We all agree on that.
Orban, his fat Latino husband. Orban.
Yeah.
Victor Orban.
Different Orban.
I'm trying to wem right now.
What's wemming?
I'm
Is
going
that
best.
opposite mewing?
I put the tongue on the bottom of my mouth.
And you kind of give yourself like a triple chin. Why? Do you not like your jaw?
Brogan hates this, but I'm very like schizophrenic and neurotic about my body. And my theory for why my jaw has been getting more and more fucked up as time has gone on, like it's getting more defined.
You say
Why
that,
is that
but
bad?
it looks the exact same as long as I'm
No.
known you.
I compared. I know this because I have a picture with JJ from 5 years ago, and,
Yeah,
and a picture
when you
of
were
JJ now.
When you were a younger man.
When I was 22.
When you're a younger man, like
When I was
Are you
22 years
describing
old.
aging?
I don't think your jaw.
yes, it does.
No, your jaw gets more defined the older. Have you ever seen that those videos of those like 112-year-old people, and they have got these like amazing jawlines? It's because they're emaciated and old, and like
Interesting.
that's just kind of happens
Look,
as you age.
I just hope my jaw doesn't get any more defined.
Your
'cause
ears never stop growing as well.
And your nose.
I don't want my jaw getting any more defined.
Why?
Because I think at a certain point it's gonna look like obscene.
You'll look like the Chad meme where it's just like overly.
Yeah,
like,
it's not gonna look
square.
good. I already feel like it's kind of past the point where
It looks completely normal. In fact, I didn't even realize it until I saw a photo of you, I think in New York, and I was like, oh, you are mewing. But maybe you're.
I'm not mewing.
No?
Here's what happens when in my sleep, I grit my teeth a lot because I'm having horrible dreams, neurotic dreams. I had this dream last night that. I had an app on my phone that could rewind time, and I've had this dream like 10 times. It's a recurring motif.
Yeah.
So like there's like a narrative that's been built up in my head about having this app on my phone. And then one guy's like, oh, you got that app on your phone, right? You should burn your feet off. So I stuck my feet in a fire and I smashed them off with a brick and they just came off really, really neatly. And then I went to my phone to try to reverse time, but I have an iPhone now. And the last time I had this dream, I had an Android, and the app only works on the Android phone. So I was like, oh fuck, my feet are all fucked up now. So I had to go to the desktop app and I had to go open up and I reversed time. And then I did reverse time. My feet were back, which is what always happens. But then I was like, did I just kill a timeline there? Like, how has this been working? And then I always like talk to people about this app that everyone has that can reverse time for them individually. And I'm like, how does this society work? Like, do we just keep killing timelines?
All this to say, 3 inches on his jawline from that one dream.
Yeah, I was gritting my teeth hard. I
so
mean,
if everyone has worse dreams, we'll all be Chad.
I have horrific, stressful dreams. And then the other thing is I have arthritis. And when I was living in a really shitty place in Ottawa, I remember I woke up once and my jaw was locked. And I snapped it open. And my jaw's been fucked ever since. Like, it doesn't...
It clinks a little?
Yeah, it doesn't open all the way. And it never has it. It never has again. I had some TMJ from the inflammation and the arthritis.
TMJ?
TMJ. Traumatic masturbatory syndrome.
What?
No, TMJ. It's like a... I don't know. It's a jaw
like
thing.
mastic something.
Traumatic mastic jaw or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Brogan always tells me I'm fine.
You are fine. You've never struggled.
Everyone tells me I'm fine.
You know how many men out there would trade a bit of jaw pain to have a bigger jawline?
Maybe there's a solution here. Maybe he can donate his extra jaw as it gets more defined. And he can keep shaving it down to baseline and then...
Just shave off the clumps that stick out.
I'll do that with my jaw and my prostate.
Is your prostate enlarged?
It's too big.
How do you know? Can you feel it?
Yeah.
When you poop, you're like...
Sometimes when I'm walking, it chafes.
It chafes your prostate? Ouch. I've never had a chafe.
Only sometimes. Only when I'm... If I took testosterone for a bit and that was happening.
Okay.
But I'll shave off the prostate. I'll give it to those with small prostates, and I'll shave off the jaw and I'll give it to those with small jaws.
And we're gonna take this out of your shin. Just
I don't need that.
remove that. Make you 5'8".
I proved today that he's only 5'6" because I'm 4'6" and he's only about a foot.
Yeah, we
taller
took a
than me.
gym selfie.
Oh yeah.
There's no way.
How big your dick?
I don't want to talk about this.
Can we take like a section out of your dick and donate that?
I could spare half an inch.
I could spare an inch or two. Yeah.
Okay, that was a good tangent.
All right, so back to the point of this podcast.
Oh yes.
Yeah, debates. And do they have any value whatsoever?
Yes.
Because like, yeah, I would say like I think you believe in.
I believe in debates.
You believe
I believe
in debates.
debates have value. I'd say 9 out of 10 debates I do on the internet have little to no value. They're purely entertainment. I think debates can absolutely change people's minds, but I think like a Joe Rogan style 3-hour conversation is so much more useful.
Yeah.
Because people are being authentic.
Yeah.
They get time to explain everything, and there's not this like annoying guy in your ear interrupting you every 3 seconds, right? Like you really get to articulate. And then once those ideas are on the table like that, it's like, okay, what do I really believe? If presidential debates were like that, if Joe Rogan was the mediator, and he's like, all right, Bernie, go ahead, and Bernie just talks for 3 hours, and then the next guy comes up and just talks for 3 hours, I think that would be better.
Yeah.
But the way that it works now, it's not tantamount to changing a mind.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, here's where I'm coming at this from. So like, I like debates. I don't know if they're valuable. I just like them aesthetically. Yes. And aspirationally, I would love to moderate debates. I would love to get, and this is why, this is like a little dream of mine. That's why I liked matching up with Taylor Lorenz.
Yeah.
Is because I want to moderate a debate. I want to get interesting people who believe different things, like a primitivist and a transhumanist. That would be a great debate.
Yeah.
Can you criticize how we handled the Taylor Lorenz debate? Like, what do you think we should have done differently? Because we did just kind of wind you guys up. And like, I want to get better, so I'm a very open to good faith criticism. If you want to be a
moderator, you got to do 2 things. One, you got to be a very active listener.
Yeah.
And you have to know when the energy's too much, and you're just like, hey, let's take a pause. We're deviating. You're getting too heated, and you'd be surprised, like just taking a 10-second breather, how much it can calm things down. I go on this show sometimes, and I hate the way she does this, but I gotta respect it because it works. She's called the Raging Tomato, and she does this thing where if people won't shut the fuck up, she just hits a little button on her board, and like some like AI generated like shirtless firefighter thing comes up, and it's like, oh, and they're all dancing, and it's very just like distracting.
Yeah. And
it's like, okay, but after that, it worked. Like it really does wind things down.
Yeah.
So I think you let us get too heated.
Yeah.
And you have to be the guy who's like disagreeable.
Yeah.
You have to be the enemy for both of us. So like, guys, I'm muting both of you. I'm pulling the cord, right?
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
A mute button would be a good idea or something. Like if I could just like turn the mic down, which I can do that.
Yeah. Or just assert your authority if they respect you.
I think what I would do differently for my next debate, and I want to do more, is just open. I think I would open it with ground rules more. Like I'd be like, hey, you know, when I say stop, you guys got to stop. Doesn't doesn't matter how heated things are gonna get. And you know, I will cut your mic if you don't listen to me.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
I would volunteer myself to help you mod,
Oh,
just to
that'd be
show
cool.
you. Maybe I could give you some pointers.
Yeah, I
but
mean-
maybe I'm terrible at it. I don't know.
I let it go on too long. You kept trying to control it because I was sitting there with the mic. I was so interested.
Yeah.
When it was getting heated too, I was like, oh.
Oh yeah, this is good content.
I think this is perhaps a mistake that we make. Is we think that if someone is yapping and going on and on and on, that's good content.
It is.
But I think we have to acknowledge that like our audience is probably in the same shoes that we're in. So if we're lost, or if we're not really following, or if we're getting too into the weeds of something that we don't think that they would be interested in, we got to be like,
That's true. Yes.
Yeah,
Cut it off.
yeah.
No, I
And
agree with that.
we can get better at that, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, you got to practice on something really low stakes, or something that's like not politically relevant, like you said, like transhumanism.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be way more politically relevant.
Yeah.
But like if someone lost a debate on that, it's not like shit, that's the election right there.
Yeah, I mean, my ideal is I'd like to do a game show which combines physical activity of some kind with it.
That would be great.
Yeah.
And dare I say, able-bodied and discriminatory to those in wheelchair. The Jubilee thing.
Yeah,
Isn't that kind of
that
like
is ableist.
Yeah, it's a little ableist. Like
Yeah.
wheelchair people. Is that what do you call them? Wheelchair people would be bad at that because they can't run to the middle,
Yeah, I mean they could roll.
but not as fast as me.
True.
I would be the debater every time.
But if we're, transhumanism, they're going to get like even more powerful wheelchairs. They'll just run you over.
Yeah, do you guys get a motor and just push them out of the way?
me versus 20 wheelchair people surrounded.
Surrounded.
Why I'm faster than you.
I like that. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think everyone can be saved? Or
Wait, there's wheelchair people make you think about, are they beyond saving?
No. This
They
is
don't
good.
even have legs.
This is a good question. It's like, as someone who I think, believes in the power of rhetoric and convincing people and reaching out to, like, one of your famous videos is on talking to Trump supporters. Who's the kind of guy that a conversation with is not worthwhile?
Anyone who's like going in with an agenda, right? So like a Charlie Kirk, I know in my heart of hearts, if I, let's say he's married, right? So his wife probably has friends, and I subvert this by like finding one of these friends through like LinkedIn, and then I befriend them at a bar that I just pretend like I was at naturally, become her boyfriend, then ingratiate myself with Charlie Kirk. We're friends, and I slowly, I bet I could turn him into a leftist just with enough time. But I think that's like way too much effort, and no one should put in the time.
Yeah.
Because there's probably also a blonde woman, right? I don't want to date a blonde. But most people don't have that agenda. I think most people, especially in your interpersonal life, are going to be able to have their minds changed. I think if they're like already like, Nazi pilled, it's not really worth it.
Right.
Unless like, who's that guy? It's like Daryl Dukes or whatever. And he was some black guy who would just go hang out with KKK people. And he's like, hey, actually black people aren't evil. And that's all it took, because their ideology is so radical and insane. It only takes one reasonable person to break that down, even maybe not even by convincing them of everything.
Yeah,
you
just by
have to go
existing.
exist and be like,
Yeah.
look, hey, gay people aren't these sex crazed criminals, right? They're just hanging out.
Yeah.
But I think for most people, it's like if you feel like they're trying to steamroll you and they just kind of are using you to platform their ideas, that's as soon as you're like, yeah, check out. Like, it's not worth it. Most people I think are savable, but I'm someone who believes not in the death penalty legislatively, but like there's some people it's like, yeah, it's probably better if they were just dead. Like some people are not worth saving. So, yeah.
Name some.
These what do they call them when they're in the wheelchair? No, I don't know.
Wheelchair
Name some.
people.
I mean, like, you'll see these like cases come up every once in a while. It's like, this woman was caught by the cops stabbing her husband to death 37 times. The blood was all over her, and she looks at the cop and says, I'm doing this, arrest me, and I'm guilty. And it's like, okay, this is unambiguous. This person's a murderer. They're never going to be rehabilitated. They're like, as soon as I get out of here, I'm going to murder more people. In a world where you could just be like, go away, like, probably better. The problem with the death penalty is
I could fix her, by the way.
maybe
Antipsychotics or keto diet. That would fix it.
3-week fast.
3-week fast, that would fix it.
shit, maybe. I believe in second chances for most people, but I think the problem with the death penalty is you have to have all these checks, right? Because otherwise you're going to kill a bunch of innocent people. So there's no reason to actually have it, which is why we don't have it for those super obvious cases.
Right. I'm a prison abolitionist, but just for the violent criminals.
but white collar crimes, just
White collar crime.
lock them up.
I'm more disgusted by the billionaire tax evasion than I am the murderer. So let the
A
murderers
little bit,
in.
honestly.
I mean, it's
depending
causing-
on how you measure the harm, it might actually be worse.
What was your Luigi take again? What do you think?
I
have a video on
think,
this.
Yeah, I know. I had like I had a video and I had a debate on this, and it was one of those things where I don't support it because I don't think it gets the end goal done that I want, which is to stop the for-profit healthcare system from exploiting people.
Right.
I like that we're still talking about it.
Yeah.
People said he didn't have staying power. What's it been? 9 months? 8 months?
I'm
He's
still thinking
talked
about Luigi.
He's all over the wall here. Luigi's everywhere.
Yeah,
you know?
it's true. We do have a
Yeah.
picture of Luigi with hearts around him.
And I mean, the weird part is like his ideology comes out, and it's like, this is not like a leftist.
He's a radical centrist.
He's a wild guy,
Yeah.
which you have to be, right? There's almost like this self-defeating thing where like people who are rational enough to want rational solutions are also not the people who are going to go kill a guy.
Yeah.
But my take is like, what else is someone who's being immediately harmed supposed to do? I don't think that's the only thing they can do. But like, I even asked like the most status quo person, Destiny, this. I was like, what are they supposed to do? And he's like, well, if I accept. Because he didn't agree. He's like, I don't think the healthcare system is doing what you claim it's doing. However, if it was, you're right. Essentially, all you can say to these people is tough shit. And I don't think that's a valid answer to someone who's like getting their healthcare denied and dying.
Yeah.
So he wasn't one of those people, but he was doing it on behalf of those people. And I think if you don't give him a solution, that shit like that's going to happen. I don't think it helps very much.
It's hard to be a status quo person and not have some very like radical positions in order to maintain the status quo. Because you have to take as an axiom that a lot of things that people are observing, like the vast majority of people are observing as a problem, is actually not a problem.
Right.
And that does cause a lot of cognitive dissonance and denial.
Yeah, because like there are healthcare denials that are going to happen that are probably not good, but like justifiable.
Sure.
Like, have you seen Sicko by Michael Moore?
No.
So he's the guy who does all the like, Fahrenheit 9/11 and look at the Iraq War. And in Sicko, I think it was kind of a poorly made documentary for someone who agrees with him. He uses this example of this woman whose husband was denied healthcare. And you look at the thing that he had, and it was some like crazy rare bone disease, which required this crazy, insane treatment that would have cost like tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's one of the things where it's like, hey, unfortunately, like we don't have the money to pay for everyone. And this is a zero-sum game. Your insane, potentially not going to work treatment could help a bunch of people. Now, did they use that money to help a bunch of people? Probably not. But that's one of the more justifiable, yeah, maybe you should be denied. Like this, we don't even know if this is going to work. It's experimental. Versus the entire healthcare system now, which is, hey, go fuck yourself. We're doing everything we can to not pay out to you, even if it's justified, which is a very different story.
And those are the incentives. They're just playing the game.
Right, which is why we should have a public option, and we don't. So Germany has a mixed model.
Yeah.
I think we could keep private healthcare and have public.
Canada's
healthcare.
rapidly becoming a mixed model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean-
They're inserting all these like privatized things into
Look, if you want to pay and get something better, I think that's fine. I just don't think people should be denied a baseline.
our private model is we go to America and pay for it there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's fine.
If
I'm
we don't
fine
want to
with
wait.
that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I
Yeah.
just don't think America should also not have the public.
Our healthcare system's so stretched that we're actually paying people to travel to America to get it done, and then we pay for it there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild. Wait, then why not just pay for it here?
Because we don't have the infrastructure.
Okay, but theoretically, if you did, it
Then
would be cheaper
fine.
too.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
So you should build more private hospitals. You should brain drain America. You should fuck up our private healthcare system by brain draining America, forcing us to be like, well, shit, we got to do something, making a public option. Mark Carney, if you're listening.
I'm so pro that.
Mark Carney, take notes.
Why is our healthcare system stressed?
Because we're all fat, because we don't know how to fast. 3-week fast for every Canadian.
I don't think Canadians
solve all of our problems.
Canadians aren't all fat.
We're pretty fat. We're like unhealthy. I don't know. We're like
Metropolitan Torontonians aren't fat. I have a selection bias here.
Yeah.
I don't know, because you guys both went to LA, right? Which is
Yeah.
like, I don't think there's that many fat people there. I think if you walk around in most cities, you'll be like, people are fatter here than they are in Vancouver, Toronto, where I've been. People are more fit from my perspective, I think.
Yeah, there's not. I don't see.
They're a little
I don't
more
see a
fit.
lot of fatties in Toronto. I don't see a ton of fatties.
Yeah, I mean, we're also in a metropolitan, like in places where people drive a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's more common.
Truro, Nova Scotia, a lot of fatties.
Yeah.
Mm.
Fat's the norm.
You grew up a fatty, right?
I grew up a fatty.
Yeah. You're a reformed fatty.
I was a reformed fatty. I mean, I'm not.
Brogan versus 20 fatties surrounded.
I'm not super skinny.
Why it's your fault.
They all waddle over really
Yeah.
quickly. And then like they get like halfway there and they're like, I can't do it. They like sit down. It takes like 10 minutes for the guy to reach the chair.
I could flip people on that. I'm anti-body positivity.
Mm.
I'm body
positivity.
I'm body
Body
negativity.
negativity?
Yeah.
Your body's wrong no matter what.
I'm body negativity in a transhumanist sense of your body is weak and you should replace it with metal.
With robot parts.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're pro robot parts, but not pro robot brain?
I'm pro transhumanism, but not pro posthumanism in a way. Like I think that I value humanity, and so if a the idea behind transhumanist is we're taking our human urges and we're bringing it to the next level.
Sure.
And it's still human. But like I think that transhumanism inevitably leads to posthumanism, where the accelerationist idea is like the process of humanity is the destruction of humanity. Like we want to get rid of all that is human and replace it with just the most efficient parts of being a human.
If you could, have you seen the movie Surrogates?
No.
With Bruce Willis. So essentially, in that, I think it's that movie where everyone lives through like in a computer world, or maybe no, I'm thinking of Gamer. It's one of these worlds. If there was a
maybe Gamer,
Matrix,
yeah.
if there was a Matrix where everyone just sat in a chair and they were just these fat blobs or just like Matrix stuff, but in the world you just get unlimited orgasms. Like, is this post-humanist, or are you still having the human experience?
Well, it's based around human values still. Of like, I think orgasms are fun, right? Like it's just hedonism.
But not blowjobs.
Not blowjobs.
Okay.
But like, yeah, like that's like the pleasure machine, right?
Yeah.
Idea.
They had a woman. They gave a woman a orgasm button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
It existed. It was like 5 years ago. They gave a woman a button.
They can do that?
Yeah, and she freaked out. She would like press it and then beg them to take it away. And then when they go to take it, she'd be like, no, 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 and like keep pressing it.
I think all of that stuff is a stepping stone to replacing humans entirely. Because I think the system we have right now is if you're useless, you die, you go away.
Okay. Or you make a podcast.
But apes are apes are gone, basically. Apes are dying because of climate change. Apes aren't going to last very long. If humans put themselves in the same situation.
Apes aren't dying.
Yeah. All animals are dying. Like there was a heat wave. Monkeys were dropping out of the trees.
That's fine.
And that never happened. Ever fucking happened. And he's so climate optimistic.
Yeah.
We're climate doomers. We bonded over this.
Yeah. Wait, so you think the apes are okay?
I'm optimistic we'll find a solution.
Yeah, but like you don't want to be the ape to someone else's human. If robots are the human to our apes, it's not looking good for us. Basically, what I'm saying is, if there's a pleasure machine we're all plugging ourselves into, Curtis Yarvin advocates for this. By the way,
yeah,
he thinks he at first said like we should make useless people into mulch, and that's like he was like just kidding. We should plug them into a pleasure machine forever. That's a stepping stone into turning them into mulch. We don't have a system right now where you're not going to get mulched if you're useless. Yeah. So, but basically, like it's about. I mean, there's a kind of a utopian UBI world where we're all just doing whatever we want. We have money. But if we are like, and the AI is taking care of everything important. If we make ourselves useless, though, right now under the current system, we're gone.
Yeah. I'd say most people are useless. In fact, this is a very right-wing ideology. I don't know if you've heard of this term. They call women jobs. They call it Jewish daycare. Have you heard this before? Yeah, where it's like most jobs, you're not really doing anything. You're just kind of like facilitating something that would have happened already. And as much as I think that idea, the way they express it, is stupid, when you go to places, a lot of jobs are absolutely able to be cut. If I can say one thing that Elon Musk proved, it's that for the very simple Twitter app, firing 80% of employees, like, it still works.
Yeah.
It's garbage and it's full of Nazis and it sucks.
Yeah.
But it works.
It works.
And most places are like that. Most places do overhire.
Yeah.
So I think most people already are kind of useless. And it's not a big deal. It's whatever. Just pay people to fill up ditches and then dig them out again.
We're basically, it's like capitalism is supplementing UBI a little bit.
A little bit.
When people go into their project management job and they fire off 3 emails.
I come from Ottawa, which is the government town in Canada.
Yeah.
And everyone there kind of has a useless job. It's UBI. It's middle class UBI though.
Yeah.
Like poor people who can't get into the government because they didn't have the money to go to university, they don't get the UBI. And it's just like to the case of like, why just don't pay them? Just have UBI. Just take those middle class jobs where you're literally not doing anything, and just like they can do whatever they want. They can make a.
What's the stat? Like most people only really work like 3 hours a day.
3 hours a day, yeah,
something like that. Yeah, it's just like most people aren't working most of the time.
Everyone I knew from Ottawa, they worked like an hour a day. They got paid for 8. And meanwhile, I'm busting my ass as a YouTuber over here, making content, making podcasts, and killing myself doing a podcast with the Soy Pill right now.
What would you be doing right now if you weren't a YouTuber?
I would work for the government of Ottawa.
What would you be doing?
The government of Canada. I would be doing like a PR job, like a useless PR job where I'm like, they give me an article and I buff it up and I make it look good. That's what I was going to do before I became a YouTuber.
Interesting.
I was in communications because that's what happens when you study journalism.
What would you do, Brogan?
heroin needle in my arm.
It's not corner somewhere.
North Sydney, Nova Scotia.
What is the
So what
future
we're saying,
for
if you unsubscribe from Brogan, he will die of a drug overdose.
Whoa,
So
wait.
do not.
If you subscribe to Brogan, he might still die of a drug overdose.
There's a horseshoe. There's a no money, die of a heroin overdose. Too much money, die of a heroin
Die of a
overdose.
heroin
You,
overdose.
you need to keep me
Yeah,
precarious.
You gotta give him
Stop
money,
at
but not,
500K.
not too much money.
yeah.
What would your life look like if we had never met me and you just stayed in fine art?
To stay in fine art, I don't know. I'd probably be. I don't know, dude. I was so blackpilled in academia. I probably would have like left.
Firefighter at 30?
I don't know. I like bartending. Like
Bartending.
I enjoy my day job quite a bit.
Yeah, you do.
If I didn't do YouTube, like all honesty, like I'm a cocktail bartender. If I didn't do YouTube, I would just like put all my cards into bartending and probably like go into bar management and like try to open a place.
He loves whiskey, and he gets to talk to people about whiskey for money.
I'm a
Right
whiskey
on.
som.
All right.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that's
fun.
good.
Maybe his
Sick.
life would be better.
Probably. I love
Yeah.
going to work. I go to
Yeah.
work. I talk to people. I make cocktails. Best part of my job, I clock in. It's all labor. There is no 3 hours a day of like, oh, I sent an email, 2-hour break.
Yeah.
I wrote a report. I did a powwow. You know.
You know how many poor people would stab you for saying that?
What? I like my labor.
Oh God, a 2-hour break in between my emails. Oh,
I'd
kill
hang
me.
myself. I did but the best job I ever had besides bartending was UPS. So
Makes
fun.
sense.
Podcast, drive, call my mom. Everyone's happy to see me.
The value that you provide is obvious.
Yeah, it's like just complete.
You're not disconnected from your labor.
No, it's just absolute tangible value. If I'm not at work that day, those packages don't get delivered. Everyone's a day late. Like the world relies on me in some way.
Yeah, I can see that.
Same with a bartender. It's great. It's
Yeah.
like valuable labor.
Makes
That's not
sense.
getting replaced.
You're
There's no-
poisoning. You're poisoning the populace.
I'm poisoning. Well, I'm poison control. And there's no robot. That's good. You're not gonna walk into a dive bar and have a robot serve you a drink.
I went to a
I don't
sushi
know
place
about
though,
this.
and this cat robot served me.
The
sushi.
Japanese are lonely people, though.
They are lonely people.
The
They make
Jap-
you face the wall, and then the wall comes up, and they like serve you the food, and you never have to look at anybody.
Yeah.
I think the first thing that's going to get replaced is bartenders.
Interesting.
You know, they already have drink making robots.
I hope it's accountants.
accountants.
Accountants got to go
Why?
because there's no need for them. It's an overly complicated system. Get an AI to just plug the information in and figure it
Yeah.
out.
Excel sheets and all that
Yeah.
garbage.
What was the state that did your taxes for you for a year and then TurboTax lobbied against it
Yes,
and they got rid of it?
It was a specific state.
It was
doing
one state that did it.
It was. I think it was a state. And
I didn't
they,
know it was a state.
They send you like they just say like, hey, we know how much money you owe. It's this much. If you disagree, then you can do your taxes. But otherwise, just pay us this.
So what's weird about that to me is like that only works if you don't do any assets. Like most people don't have assets or like dividends or any of that bullshit. And I
Yeah.
didn't for a long time, so it makes
Yeah.
sense there if it's just your payroll.
Yeah.
But like, what about
Business owners.
if you're a homeowner? Or
Yeah.
like,
Well, then obviously you have to do your taxes.
yeah. Okay.
But like that was the case. I think people reported that they liked that system.
I think it's better.
Nick just popped in. Our finance member popped in. Here, Nick, come here. Why are you shaking your head? Come into frame here.
Justify your existence.
Accountants are a vestigial job. It's equivalent to the Soviet door holders. The only reason they exist is because they have a giant racket called the CPA that gives themselves legislated work. You must have one sign up and sign off on anything you give the government or else it doesn't count, even though usually if you use them, you'll realize, why am I correcting them? You are the accountants.
Yeah.
I really shouldn't be saying this because I'll probably need one again someday soon, but yeah, no, it's no.
100% agree.
Well, simple tax.
As a wise man once said, 100% agree. No, I feel the same way. And what kind of annoyed me about this specific state is the TurboTax into it. Some CPAs, they lobbied the government to end that program.
Yeah, no, that was awful. And then like Germany has this like sort of free TurboTax thing. They just give it to everyone. Here's your code. Type in the numbers. Bam, bam, bam. It's the same thing as TurboTax. It's just free. I think everything should
I
be
like that. I'm pro that. I'm pro that system.
Yes. No taxes.
No taxes.
No, sorry.
that's
excuse
a different.
me.
That's
No,
a different
excuse me.
policy.
Hold on.
I'm happy to pay taxes.
My chud
but-
leaked out there.
Yeah.
I meant lots of taxes.
You're happy to pay taxes.
I
It's
mean,
very liberal of you.
Like in theory.
In theory.
In practice, I pay too much tax
Yeah, I don't pay
for
tax.
stupid things.
You don't pay any tax?
Not legally, but-
I obfuscate. I obfuscate, deny. I gaslight.
This is the last pod we have before he goes to tax prison. They're gonna invent tax prison just for you.
I'm not going to tax.
We don't
prison.
have tax prison in Canada.
Really?
No.
We do.
What do they do?
What?
They
just write you a strongly worded
they
letter?
arrest like 20 people a year, and it's always dispute. It's like millions of unpaid taxes. There's no tax prison for like anything below that though.
This is why you can't subscribe too much to Brogan because he'll go to tax prison.
Yeah.
Right now, he'll a couple million is fine, but like tens
As
of
soon as
millions.
Brogan becomes a millionaire, first of all, he's not paying any of those taxes. He's still gonna keep all of that, even though he can afford it now. And he's overdosing on heroin.
Overdosing on heroin, $900,000 liquid in my savings account.
Yeah.
Not a TFSA. Like just the short-term savings that you get when you open a checking account. 900K just sitting there.
Beautiful.
Okay, so debate black pill versus debates are useful. Is that the real horseshoe theory?
Debate black pill versus debates are useful. Fuck that camera.
Fuck that camera.
That's not a horseshoe. Those are.
It's like believing that debates are totally useless versus.
Well, I'm kind of on that horseshoe because I think most debates are useless, but enough of them are good that we should keep doing them.
I'll take that horseshoe.
Okay, so either all debates are good,
or all debates are bad,
except for the ones that are really good, and those are the ones. It's like a Pareto distribution. 20% of debates make up 80% of the progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hypergamy for debates. You know, all the women are going to the top 20% of debates.
Yeah, all the people whose minds are going to be changed are going to the cream of the crop there.
Yeah, I mean, Destiny moved me farther left.
Really?
When I got into Destiny,
That's good.
He just made good arguments.
He moved me further past.
All the way to the right.
All the way to the pest side.
I've started doing a lot of unsavory behavior recently.
Oh, Destiny showed you that being a sex pest works.
Every nude I get, I immediately post.
You just forward it to everyone. Reply
I have an
all.
email list.
DMing 19-year-olds on Discord. Please. Okay,
I don't want to think about that anymore.
That's fine. They're legal.
19's legal.
Yeah, and if you're saying please, that's consent.
Let's reverse the last 30 seconds of conversation.
All right.
That's a good horseshoe.
That's a good horseshoe.
We also have Patreon questions after this, and if you subscribe to the Patreon right now, you can watch Soypill. Is your name leaked?
Yeah, it's leaked. It's
okay.
fine.
You can watch Soypill debate Taylor Lorenz right now.
Yes.
And
Debates.
we're also have a heated conversation.
Not even heated.
I mean, it was heated on one end.
I was nicer to her than I was to Tim Pool. And I promised her that the day before.
You did promise her that.
I was like, look, I'm going to be real nice
She met you at the VidCon party.
We had a fun conversation. Yeah, she's really cool.
So yeah.
I breathed right in her face. I was like, hi, Taylor.
Well, but she was protected. She had the mask. So you can watch that debate. You can watch that conversation right now on the Patreon. Also,
wait, our conversation's up.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And also our conversation with Vune will be posted on the Patreon very soon. And audio of some of the people who came by to our VidCon party.
Yes.
Will be posted also.
Gamer from Mars.
So there's never been more.
Plane Rock 124.
I don't normally.
Solar Sands.
I don't normally plug the Patreon. But there's a lot of good stuff on there right now for
That's
$5.
bad business.
We're feeding you.
Yeah. No, I don't like plugging it, but unironically, there's good value on it.
I love plugging it. I'll plug it every time I can.
Yeah.
Join
Okay.
the Patreon.
Patreon.
And
Link in the description.
if you want to hear these Patreon exclusive questions for Niels, you have to also
ask Patreon exclusive questions as well.
Yes,
but if you ask them now, I won't answer them because it's done. This is in the past. You're watching the past now.
It's too late. Maybe
DM me on Twitter. I answer every DM.
We're having Wow Mau on. Wow Mau, that's all Patreon exclusive questions.
Wow Mau. We're flying Wow Mau down.
We're flying Wow Mau down.
Wow Mau down. Okay.
Let's kill Niels.
Yeah, we got to kill Niels.
All right.
And that's the real horseshoe theory. Bang.